Well, hi again, Low Lowerage, the province. This is the video edition of the fifth quarter Saturday night from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton, Alberta, where the Lions pull out another squeaker, 19-18, just over 35,000 fans. And sometimes you wonder how this team does it, but they do it with defense and a lot of poise. And that was certainly the story here on Saturday, as the Lions really got nothing going offensively for three quarters. Finally got the first and only touchdown of the game from Travis Lulay to G-Roy Simon. Touchdown number 100 of G-Roy's career, number 1 of the season, and number 23 in a row in consecutive games for Travis Lulay. The Lions certainly needed that. They had nothing, as I said, going offensively, but certainly got a standout effort from their defense, which got to Stephen Giles, the Edmonton quarterback, 4 times, held the Eskimos to 94 yards offense in the second half, and that was certainly a difference in this game. Simon, as I mentioned, gets the goose egg finally off his back with a 7-yard score in the fourth quarter. But it took another key play with just over a minute left by Paul McCallum with a 46-yard field goal. It's notable because he had missed 2 field goals in consecutive fashion in the third quarter, and that's very unlike Paul. Though it's the second time this year that McCallum has missed 2 in a game, and I'm sure that's probably going to call for some people to talk about inserting Hugh O'Neill in the game. The Lions lose Tim Brown to injury in the first half. Brown suffered a sprained collarbone and did not return, so there may be some changes in the Lions lineup for that as a result of that injury. It remains to be seen just the severity of it. Of course, another noteworthy item, of course, was what appeared to be a brief spat in the second half between Khalif Mitchell and Kareem Smith. Mitchell got into it with on the sidelines with his fellow defensive lineman. He said that it was because Smith was trying to tell him to calm down and not get into it with fans. But there was a throat slashing gesture involved in that game. At least one, maybe possibly more. Kavis Reed, obviously, on the Edmonton sidelines saw it, and the penalty came at an inopportune time. Otherwise, Mitchell played a fairly decent game, but the star of the Lions for the Lions defensively, I thought, was Adam Bighill. Was all over the field with great lateral pursuit in this game. So the Lions go to 9-3. They lose Brown possibly. Lulay bails them out with the 1 touchdown and 260 yards unofficially passing. Simon gets his first as well. And a big gold star as well to Andrew Harris, of course, with his second 100-yard rushing game of the year. He had 181 yards total yards from scrimmage in the game as well. Again, the final, BC 19, Edmonton 18. That's the fifth quarter. Brian Arverson will be around with his thoughts as the weekend progresses. We'll put it on the blog as soon as we can.